Yes, sir. I needed to find out what the procedures were when it comes to someone being assaulted during the office administrative hearing, special education contested court case resolution meeting.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you have a case number?
Yes, sir. It's
Okay.
13 EDC 07545.
Oh seven. You said 07545.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You say 13.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
It.
when was the resolution for this? Was this in 2013?
Yes, sir. February the 18th, 2013. But after the EC director assaulted me and held me in the room, when I finally called the office administrative hearing, that's how I got out of the room. That young lady told me she didn't even see in the file that I was supposed to have been having a resolution meeting, and she was like that it was something about some type of conference on the phone or something, but for March, and nothing was in it for February.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there wouldn't have been a there would not have there would not have been a notation in the there wouldn't have been a notation in the file for a resolution meeting to occur before the resolution meeting occurred. There would have been something in the file after the meeting occurred. The resolution meeting is always scheduled between the parties, and then if it's resolved or not resolved, that's the notice that's provided to the Office of Administrative Hearing. So there wouldn't have been anything in the file at that point. But I guess the question, but I guess what is the question that you're asking?
I was asking if there's a procedure or protocol when an assault occurs during a resolution meeting, because it's been 10 years now, and I recently just found out that the police department, after they let me file the assault report, police report against her, because there was an actual recording of it, a portion of it in it, how the school system had the full recording, but the person that I had their recording for me, when he left, I tried to leave too. That's when I was assaulted. But that portion before that, when I was, assaulted by the EC director, she was holding me in the room or whatever the case may be, that is on recording. And I just recently found out from the police department, the only thing they did, they told me that they didn't even investigate it.
Mm-hmm.
According to them, they said it happened in a county building, so the sheriff's department should have investigated it. I've had about 10 different stories from during this past 10 years, and I just talked to the sheriff's department, and they was like, "Ma'am, it happened now on in a public building." No, they were not in charge of it, so they don't know what their other ones are talking about. It was like, we never heard of anything like if an assault occurred, that police department can take a report, but they don't investigate it. What's that? And I did contact Judge Erwin. It was Judge Augustus Elkins. He was the judge, and Julian Mann, and he had, I think it's a Judge Morris, Frederick Morris, to call me back about it. But my daughter went without an education for about 3 years, 3 or 4 years, because of that. Because when I got assaulted, I wrote a letter to the Board of Education member. When the Board of Education member and their lawyer sent me a letter saying that I could no longer communicate with any Wilson County Schools employees or come on to Wilson County Schools property, I'll be arrested for trespassing. And that was how I would enroll my child in school. And I couldn't, after the lady EC director assaulted me, they took my due process right, because I was going to, question her, and, and how could I press charges against somebody, you know, how could that go forward if you done said I can't talk to her? And these people took my child from me.
Okay, well, it certainly sounds like a lot.
Oh, it was a whole lot because I had to withdraw my petition because I have epilepsy and 2 ghosts on the right side of my brain, which the school system knew, you know, at the resolution meeting before it anyhow, and that didn't make any sense. I didn't get my daughter's records for school records so I could be ready to do the resolution meeting. They didn't give me the records. And then I had to withdraw the case because I was assaulted and I couldn't go forward with it.
Right, well, honestly, this is from 10 years ago, so I'm not sure what other than maintaining the record that the Office of Administrative Hearings would do. It sounds like you had contacted both the police departments and the sheriff's department. So,
well, first they told me they wasn't going to press charges against her. They wouldn't let me file the reports against her because she was a school official. She was a government official, so they wasn't going to let me do it. But then the governor or whomever got involved, and they was like, this lady has a recording of this, and this happened in a public governmental building, and you're not going to do what?
right, well,
And now they did it, but didn't do nothing with it, and been lying all this time. So, I mean, I don't know. I never thought that I would be assaulted during a Office of Administrative Hearing required procedure for a court case. It just didn't make no sense.
well, and I you know, I cannot speak for, I can't speak for whether it's the Wilson County Sheriff's Department or the police department there in Wilson or Halifax. I can't speak to any of that. The only thing I can say is that the only thing that the Office of Administrative Hearings would do regarding that is to maintain a record of the educational matter, which is the case, and you know, the things that were filed on the record here. And so, you know, there is still a file, you know, that has this case. I'm looking at it on the computer screen now, but that would be the beginning and end to what the Office of Administrative Hearings would do. It's here to provide you with a hearing regarding the Individuals with Disability Education Act. And so the assault is something that would be different. That would not be a part of that case. That would be a separate case. I understand it happened in the building where they were holding a resolution session, but that would be separate and apart from the case that you have with the Office of Administrative Hearings.
So even though it happened during the resolution meeting, it's separate and apart because it's the resolution meeting part is actually between the two parties and not the Office of Administrative Hearing.
That's correct. The resolution meeting is between the two parties, and so that behavior is something, again, that you would, I mean, it sounds like you went to the police, it sounds like you went to the Sheriff's Department, you are capable of filing a civil action if you desire to do that, but the Office of Administrative Hearings would just maintain the things that were a part of the educational case, and the assault would be separate and apart from that.
Well, how do I get a copy of the record that you said that you have? Because on the resolution meeting papers, it has the court case number is 07547. The school attorney had it listed as being in Union County and all of that. And like I said, it just didn't make any sense. She had the paperwork. It was different court cases, different court county, and Union County didn't have anything to do with it, but it's in Union County, and it's a different county. It's a different court case number. And that's why I was asking, is this really legit? Because how can, that type of thing take place and you never go through a judge, or why was it done, and nobody would ever tell me why. But for the resolution meeting, it has Union County on it, and from Union County, then it has the court case change number, docket number change from EDCO 7, with 13 EDCO 7545 to 13 EDCO 7547, and it just didn't make no sense. And that's why I was asking if somebody come looking for the information, and if they look up what's on this thing for the resolution meeting, the documents that was submitted to me with Union County on it and all of that, it's no way possible they'll find it, because I filed Wilson County against Wilson County. I have nothing to do with Union County.
Well, I have no idea what you're talking about there. 13 EDC 07545 is Megan Cook by Dorothy Cook, that's you, versus Wilson County Board of Education. So that's what's here. I mean, you can make a written request for a copy of the file, and then that's the process by which that will work.
Okay, who do I make the written request to?
You just need to make the request to the clerk's office and the Office of Administrative Hearings.
Can I do it by email, or does it have to be in written letter form?
I'm sure you can do it by email.
You have the email address, or is it the same one?
It's the same one. It's just I'm just gonna make sure I don't tell you the wrong thing. Just give me 1 second.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure that I'm not giving you something that is on. Yeah, it should just be oah.clerks@oah.nc.gov.
nc.gov. Okay.
Just make sure to include the case number and tell them, and just that you're looking for a copy of the case file. And I'm sure that'll be processed, and somebody will be in touch with you to let you know what the next steps are.
Yes, sir. Well, I didn't realize that it was just separate between myself and the school system, so people have told me something otherwise, and that's something interesting to know, because if that be the case, then I have contacted a lot of people that had nothing to do with it.
So just go ahead and make a request so you can get a copy of what's here, and we can go from there. I hope everything works out for you.
Well, I thank you so much, sir. You have a blessed day.
You do the same.
Bye-bye.